Y'all, as the signal flare goes up to kick your week off, infidels. It's hackerhamin.podbean.com. The Monday locker room is here, and we're just hustler, baby. I just want you to know, everywhere we've been and everywhere I go, this is it today with RBV, Dr. Ted, and a very special guest to do the run-in. So shoot, bang, bang, strap up, infidels. The Monday locker room's about to kick off hot. Y'all, hove. RBV, what's going on, man? How you doing this morning, buddy?
Feeling good. Another glorious Monday morning, but as you said, no ordinary Monday here on the Monday locker room. We've got a very special guest, and this sure as hell ain't going to be any botch fest mud shark fuck show. We're bringing legitimate main event quality material to you.
That's right.
Get him.
If you want to run around and hustle, you got to bring that muscle. And I feel like today is the day. That's right. There it is. For those that are watching on twitch.tv/conspiracy horseman hustler, Rip Rogers. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too, man. I told him 9 a.m. I don't know if he's on Central Time or not, so we might get cussed out for calling too early, but we'll see. I might actually send him a text right now. I'm going to call you in 25 minutes. Hustler.
I don't think I've ever known a time that was too early for Rip.
No,
so
he's
a guy that gets up at 2:30 in the morning just to go and do an hour of cardio at the gym. So.
I wondered if they gave Rip a key, because there's no way you're keeping Rip out of the gym. I wonder if he's got the kayfabe key where he's just the only person allowed in the gym because he outshines everybody else.
I'd say for the longest time, obviously, him training at OVW, he would often sleep there and upstairs in the grand. There's no one else in there that up in the women's locker room. There's a really nice couch, and Rip would often find that as a place to reprieve between work and practice and all the other stuff that he does. I don't know how he does it. I really don't. He's a machine.
He puts in a lot of road miles between Indiana and Louisville. That's for sure, man. Every single week, just to make the best, be the best. And I look forward to having him on here in just a little while. But I'm glad to be back this morning. It was nice to have some of the weekend off from wrestling. Nothing Sunday, really, thankfully. But UFC Saturday night, I was just so crashed out. I think I had maybe 90 minutes sleep in the 48 hours before that. So constant business here at Hamin Media Group, but I'm so thankful to have it that way at this time. I see both YouTube and twitch.tv/conspiracy horseman rising up this morning. Ron Booth, Jay Hell, John Holmes, Ken Sorrell, Dirty Turnbuckle. Shout out to all you guys, man, from all over, from Glasgow, Scotland. I'm sure California. Nice. In parts unknown in the digital universe for Dirty Turnbuckle, one of the best gift makers out there. We always have a good time. Hayes, man, I see you too, bro. But yeah, man, we're doing it with the Rodecaster Pro today. So I got the Bluetooth turned on. I don't know how to use this fucking shit, Pops. I'm sure we'll get one of those. But yeah, man, I'm glad to be back. I got the Broasters coffee Russo brand edition, the broasters.com flowing through me. So I feel wired up. You're good to go too, Beast. I see that, man. But we've been having a good time here constantly. The Hamin Media Group group.podbean.com side channel for our affiliates is really starting to take off. So thank you to everybody who's been helped spread that. Hamin Media Group, I believe you can just search that on your iTunes now without having to go to Podbean, or if you get on Spotify, we're everywhere, man. It's our affiliate shows, so we can keep our main shows locked at hackerhamin.podbean.com or hackerhamin on your iTunes FM dial. DJ Easy Dick will be there delivering all of your hot hits, infidels. So shout out to you, and hope everybody's kicking off Monday the right way.
Whoa.
Beast, yeah, cheers, 100 bits. I like this now that we can do it. We can bring up your guys' comments. Shouting out to everybody here, man, is how we like to do it on the Monday locker room, dude. So I don't know if I want to get to the Monday morning monologue. You guys do anything cool over the weekend or what?
Did I do anything cool? Well, I did go to the gun range. That was fun. Got to, shoot a few guns.
The wife out there racking up some clips, man. Well, how was that? What'd you shoot, buddy?
I am by no means a technical expert when it comes to firearms. I shot a shotgun and I shot a handgun. That's about as specific as I really can get because I otherwise don't know. but it was a good time. Just good to get out of the house. And
what type of action on the shotgun? Pump or was it like side by side over under, or was it an auto loading 12? Did you have to do anything in between shots with it?
Just pump action.
Shotgun. So
yeah, that was fun. Yeah, and I was surprised. Most shotguns I've done are just the two. You put in the two, and then you got to reload. But this one, you were able to fire up to, I want to say up to 6.
Well, you put 5. You put 5 in the 5 in the tube and 1 in the chamber.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of fun. I hadn't shot one that had that many bullets at a time, and so that was pretty cool. It had a lot of kick to it. So good times.
Right on, man. I wish I was there. Did you guys go up to? You didn't go out to where they have that big gun show every year, did you? Is that where you were out there? It
may have been a Knob Creek gun range. It used to have the reality show as part of it. Apparently, I'm gonna have to do this, and I might even have to make this a special for the YouTube channel. But apparently, you can rent a flamethrower for $50. I'm like, I have to do this at some point.
I went up there when my brother the Prince Hoopdilla the Butcher came down, and dude, we were playing it really white that day, bro, because that was 2007, and we're at the peak of everything insurgency, and that's where I saw the first Infidel shirt was at that Knob Creek gun show. You remember the one we had with me, Ali, and Khalil on the back of it? So that's where I got the very first Infidel shirt and first merch for Hacker Hamin from the Knob Creek gun show. But dude, you guys need to go to that machine gun shoot, because they got dudes with like helicopter 50 cals out there, and you can fucking step up and shoot whatever you want there, man. It's crazy.
I will say there were a couple of machine guns on the range too that we were there. It was cool to see them shoot. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's not cheap. You want to shoot one of those, you're putting down $50 for maybe 3 seconds of fun, 4 seconds, because those bullets are $4 or $5 a piece. Some of those heavy machine gun bullets, if you're shooting the big caliber stuff, man, for sure. But I was glad to see you guys out there practicing some gun safety and all that. Having some steam.
Speech, are you getting worried about what's creeping up closer to you? What's going on still down there in the middle of Kentucky? Is there any reason now, or was it just, hey, let's go have fun?
No, it truly was, hey, let's go have fun. We wanted to get out of the house. But I will say, RBV, I'm glad you spoke up here, because we had to get our RBV fitness in afterwards. And there's a place around the corner. If you happen to be in Louisville, Kentucky, I highly recommend Christie's Cafe. They have a country fried burger where literally it's a burger. It's like basically a country fried steak sandwich. And it was quite delightful.
Wow, that's heavy duty ammo right there for your guts on RBV fitness right there. If you can take a belly bomb like that, you'll be able to survive nearly anything, man. But I had a good time when I went there, and it's a weird place, and it's Kentucky as can be. But Stevie's also been at the gun range a lot too. In Atlanta, as things get crazier and crazier, he bought the shot. He's got the Glock. He's got various other things, and they actually, how he works it. With the magic emails and stuff, like he's getting sponsored by a laser sight company so you can dry fire your gun with laser and target practice inside without, obviously touching off any rounds in your house or killing anybody. And then he just got an archery set up too. So he's going to be a silent killer very soon. Stevie Richards, silent killer.
SBD.
RBV, what'd you have go down this weekend? Anything cool, man?
Unfortunately, I guess I'll share a little bit of news going back to last week. Unfortunately, I was looking forward to this weekend, but the rain kind of washed it out. But opportunity afforded to me through, the beginnings here at the Hamin Media Group to, just working inside of professional wrestling, ringside, calling commentary, interviewing different individuals, making it completely, school and radio and all that, completely outside of anything I've ever expected to be doing. But I began calling drag racing.
Yeah.
So I've been studying up on that, but unfortunately the weather down here wasn't very cooperative, so they didn't get much racing in. But I mean,
it's not really what you think, though. It's actually a foot race with drag queens.
Yeah.
damn it! You beat me to it. You son of a
you came too early, Beast.
One from Hamin to RuPaul. But yeah, we're out there on the pavement.
Oh, Beast got the spot stolen. Fucking blind tag. Fuck this. Watch me get my shit in. And he's on the apron. What the fuck? Oh, I'm so good at healing people. Ken Sorrell says there's no better way, and I can't disagree here. There's no better way. Let me bring it up. To start my week and my 44th trip around the sun than hanging in the locker room, man. Well, happy birthday to you, bro. 44 strong. Kick in the door, wave in the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Ken Sorrell's back, man, and he's here in the Monday locker room strapping up his boots, having a good time as well. Fudge 420 just joining us too. J Hal, I see you, B. That's good, man. I'm proud that you're branching out. Everybody is taking the momentum and the confidence and everything that they're doing here at Hamin Media Group, and they're just pushing their boundaries, dude. I know Ray's excited about new stuff. Beast and MSG and I talked about some new things. We're talking about doing a star search type thing for a new podcast to help affiliates get noticed and just branching out that way. I was up last night doing Podcorn work, and there's plenty on there of people who want to partner and things like that. So I put about 6 or 7 lines in the water last night. So you never know who may come back with some type of partnership going forward. But everybody trucking along, man. It's pretty awesome to see everything going down.
Right on. And I'm particularly excited. And I will say, I especially want to shout out to K-Bob, because I apologize. This guy threw me out some cool ideas and sent a message last week. But anyway, I did finally get in the can the first pilot episode of the drinking show that we talked about.
Awesome.
I sat down with 4 different variations of Blanton's bourbon and taste tested those. And I basically blindfolded my wife. And, I guess there's other directions we could have gone with it, but we decided just to bourbon and tried to see if she could, one, differentiate between the bourbons. And then we had a rating system. So basically, since she was unbiased, her points counted for double on a 10-point scale, and mine only counted for 10 on a 10-point scale. And we tried to determine which one was truly the best of the Blanton's bourbons. So
I like that.
For that.
Can't wait to check that out, man, for sure. I think that's going to take off, that show. Love the concept of it. And obviously your wife is as wonderful as she can be, sexy. Well, so if you like sexy blindfolded women drinking whiskey, this show's for you.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what else is for you guys to kick your Monday morning off and have a little fun here? It's our Monday morning monologue with Dr. Ted. Take it away, buddy.
I hope everyone's having a great Monday as we kick things off here. It is your Monday morning monologue. Well, after taking kendo stick shots from Dominic Mysterio on last week's WWE's Raw as revenge for damaging his dad's eye, Seth Rollins showed off the welts on his back on Twitter last week. Unfortunately, Rey Mysterio did not see it. Variety has a new article that looks at WWE's declining ratings for its main roster shows and how the storytelling is not necessarily at fault. The article goes on to explain how storylines could arguably be said to consistently have been the best it has been in several years. I love it when the jokes write themselves.
Oof.
Fightful reports that during a recent stream on Twitch, Russo announced that he is done with wrestling and plans to make streaming video games his current focus. And I'm sure his parents must be so proud. Leo Rush may be done with wrestling for the time being, but he's not closing the door on a return. Rush did a Q&A in a post on his account and was asked a host of questions, including whether the door to a return is really closed. Rush answered saying the door is always open, but on behalf of Wrestling Leo, we say no thanks. Titus O'Neil took to Instagram to say that he is honored to be recognized as a community hero by the NHL during the Tampa Bay Lightning Stanley Cup qualifiers opener as part of their We Skate for Black Lives campaign. Thankfully, Titus O'Neil did not attempt to actually walk on the ice. And last but not least, as has been previously reported, Rey Mysterio is currently working without a contract in the WWE, although both sides are negotiating a deal. Part of the reason the eye match was made was to have a way to write Mysterio out if the two sides were unable to reach an agreement. So I guess the next logical step is to wait for Ray's eye to heal so he can read the contract. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your Monday morning monologue.
Yeah, the man beast. Excellent, dude, for sure there. A lot of eye jokes, I love it as well. Optometry is hilarious always to me, but no. RBV, what did you think about Rusev's latest TikTok adventure?
Is this the one with Lana? Just breaking it down there, whatever the hell she was doing. I caught a quick glimpse of this thing. I just got to say, I probably got more enjoyment out of that than I did the Boner Yard match this weekend. But I apparently from what I can tell, and I've got it in the headlines to bring up, once we get Mr. Rogers in here and everything. But I know you guys didn't really see anything. I know that's why I threw it out here early. I come in doing my research, and it just sounds ridiculous.
Yeah,
Mr. Rogers.
I think you should call him Mr. Rogers.
Just do it. That's why I was throwing it out there. Just do it.
Who the fuck is that?
And yes, everyone, that will be my last Monday locker room. We'll see everybody.
It depends. If you PayPal him your dues money, you'll be forgiven.
Yeah, if $40 hits the PayPal, you can call him Mr. Rogers all practice if you want, I guess.
But since you brought up here, I guess real quick, just kill some time here. Did you guys see? You had mentioned the NHL making their comeback, restarting the season there. Have you guys seen where the NBA and Major League Baseball are pulling like wrestling-esque ratings right now? I mean, they're in the low millions to hundreds of thousands.
I've seen a lot of people, even in my own family, cousins removed, like whose fathers were in the military or they were in the military. This week, I don't know what it is, whatever movement that they're in. Like, they're like, that's it. I've had enough. I don't give a shit about sports, with taking a knee, with the COVID push and all that. Like, I know people who said they're not watching NFL at all this year. They're not watching NBA at all for any of this shit. And it's not some, anti-Black Lives Matter stuff. It's just being fed up of sports are our escape. Wrestling's an escape. Wrestling, at least we can parody the world in a satirical way, but people are done. And I think that's why you're going to see this in droves. These numbers just absolutely drop across the board, because it's nothing more than a Trojan horse to keep the agenda push going, and people's minds are worn out, dude.
Well, that's exactly how I felt. I went in, I gave everything 5 minutes. And get through, not to dismiss anything, the seriousness that's going on in society, if it's whatever, your political stance, whatever that might be. But I'll give you 5 minutes. Get over with it and get to the sports. Just give me what I came here for. And that's where they're failing to deliver.
And get it over. Like, just stop doing that. Just like, this. And because they're not, that shows that they're corrupted. They're a part of the greater mind control system, that bread and circuses, and they took away our circuses, and they took away our bread or toilet paper or meat or whatever you want to look at it. Now that's back, and we're so thankful. It's not like the time that it was 3 months ago. And you can have baseball back, but at 20%, and we're going to hit you with the political message, and we're going to hit you with this, and we're going to hit and then, not to shit on hockey because of the Black Lives Matter thing. What is there? 2 black hockey players in the whole NHL, I think, maybe 3. And like that, you want to talk about a total look of white guilt on TV, and that's what it's so absolutely there for, to be perpetuated that way, like in a psychological warfare method for propaganda. That's really what that's about, dude. And that shows how far they have their reach into the upper brass across the board to use everything that is Americana or North Americana to push this agenda at every step of the way. And when they give you back 20% baseball, and you're like, oh, thank you so much, master. Like, they know they got you, bro. They know they got you in the trap.
Now, as a counterpoint to that, it's more of a question, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that out of all the sports, actually NASCAR, I think, has done well. Why do you think that is compared to all the other sports?
They've actually, theirs is more of a broad number that you're seeing. They've actually gone to running twice a week, realizing they were the only ones that could go early. So they were kind of trying to capitalize on that. So they've been running like Wednesdays and on the weekends. So
Gotcha.
it's a little bit of a skewed number, I believe. But, as Ben was talking about, just that white guilt. I mean, what more than NASCAR? I mean, look, you have one main basic driver, I guess, there, Bubba Wallace, who's got all this attention here. You've had a fan base that is deeply rooted in the South, who is feeling attacked over anything with the Confederate flag, and then to have their sport come out and absolutely, and ban it.
It's a Trojan horse for libertarian Tea Party. Fuck you, dude. Let's say what the fuck it is, right? It's based on some Southern shit that's not gonna do it, and they're Trump fucking hardcore loyalists, so they're gonna stick to it. It's not about the season. All these things are controlled, especially NASCAR, by major corporate interests, dude. Like that's who's really running. Let's not think it's for the fans or anything. And somebody in the chat says we should just let sports go broke. Hopefully, well. That's part of what their plan is too, because look at every major city that's based around an arena, sports teams, the money that comes in from it syndication wise. And they know that is a big shot. And if you're trying to really take down America like Soros is, this is all an easy part of the long game plan, man, to take it away. Or start baseball and then go, see, look at the Marlins all have COVID. We can't do it. See, school started. And then the first day we had to quarantine 16 kids. Like, all of these are problem, reaction, solution. They'll give you back a little bit so they can do phase 2 and lock you down even harder.
Well, further on that, Ben, is, you hear regularly the fans, well, I'm not going to turn on the channel. When we open up the gates, I'm not going to go there. I mean, if you really want to make them feel this, you got to go at their sponsors. But you go look at like the top 15 sponsors for the NFL, they control your daily life. I mean, just this morning, as we're going through, I mean, things that you're consuming, that you're using the internet, your computers, your software like that, your phones, those are who the ones that are dictating.
All your telecoms, Verizon, AT&T, whoever else is the third up and comer that can afford the spot. Your vehicles, Ford, Chevy, and then here comes Toyota to compete with them. And then from there, your insurances, right? As far as Progressive or Flow or whoever the fuck, Jake from State Farm. And then from there, we can go to food, which will be, foods that aren't great for you, hot dogs, to chips, to sodas, right? Walmart. And we just covered, right there's a dozen. And that's, and to be honest with you, if you look at what is in Walmart, 8 companies own everything you eat there. They all distribution wise and all that. And when it comes to choice of illusion of choice, you think you have that freedom, but it's still more of the operant conditioning rat trap control method. And now they're using your circuses against us to really make us even hate our circuses, to have people tuning out and really divide us even more, man. It's crazy. Oh, 8:57. Ben, we can start our own sports, get our own land, Ben. If you own a community, me and my wife looking at Kentucky at 200 acres of land for $200,000 with a rancher house. Wow, send me that. We were looking at that myself there, to be honest with you. At Ben_Hamin.
It might be time for the Hamin Media Dodgeball League to finally get started. People have been clamoring for it for a while now, Ben. We have the manpower. Let's make it happen.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball, man, beast.
So dodging balls, I can make that transition to do the commentary from my drag racing, right?
Well, you're the one who usually likes getting hit with the balls. I thought that was your gimmick. You just stand right out there, give me all the balls, and then that's how you get.
RBV Fitness, only if they're deep fried.
Lamb fries. I just watched Funny Farm in the background the other day while I was working. What a great film that was, man. Let's see if we can get this going. Bring this guy up here, man, because I definitely want to get to it before we get to any stupid headlines and recaps. Let me know if you guys can hear this.
Yeah.
Ripper, how's it going? It's Pops.
Okay. Can we FaceTime this or not?
No, this is just on the phone. You're live right now. I got you tied right into my soundboard, and we're live on YouTube and Twitch right now, Ripper. But you sound good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, whatever the fuck Twitch is.
Twitch, yeah. Twitch is the new YouTube, Rip. You'll be on there soon enough, no doubt. People can just give you like fake money that turns into real money. They call it bits. So I think you need to get on there and hustle, even if you're at the Circle K or whatever, man. Get on Twitch.
Oh, whatever the fuck.
Well, I'm in here right now with a guy you might know pretty well, Ted the Man Beast, and also my co-host Rick Vickery, RBV. He's a big fat bastard, so he needs to get in there, do some squats, puke in the corner, and he's ready to do it today, Hustler.
He's a fat bastard.
Yeah, well, he eats a lot of shit. He's always posting pictures of all the shit he's eating. He's not on any liquid diet or in the gym, hardcore.
Well, if he's a lazy bastard, he's a lazy bastard. If he's a lazy cocksucker, can I fucking cuss on this?
I was hoping you would break the record today.
Oh, okay. If the fat motherfucker's too lazy to go on a diet, that means you got no discipline, no fucking dedication. I'd never give you a job because you're a fat, lazy bastard.
That's why I keep trying.
Back. Come on.
That's why I keep trying to tell Rip.
I was gonna say, Rip, keep it coming here. That's just like my moment of fame here. But yeah, but hey, I do the counterpart. I try to keep the workout routine going on. But yeah, I do have that guilty pleasure for the dive bar food, deep fried.
How old are you?
Early 40s.
How old? Huh?
41.
41. I wish I was goddamn 41. That's been 1995. I'd be in the fucking prime of life, motherfucker. I'm 66 motherfucking years old. Got 2 fucking plastic hips, a fucking knee, neuropathy of my goddamn feet, and fuck you all. I trade 3 fucking hours a day. Fuck you, lazy motherfuckers. You might be dead fucking tomorrow. But hey, at least if I fucking die, I'm gonna look pretty good in that goddamn casket.
Always, Rip. It pisses me off when I have to send something over there and then you send back a picture of the bicep and I've been working my ass off, and not even close to that. But would you say that I am probably the greatest pure athlete that you've ever trained and seen in the ring and above all others?
I'm trying to think. You're probably in the top. You and Randy Orton, I'd say.
We're up there. Well, you call us both fat cocksuckers, so I figure that's good company to be in.
Well, no, remember when Randy was fat when he started?
I was too, and I still am. But well, we're working on it. But I want to obviously pass it over to one of the sons of the Hustler right now, man. Dr. Ted, take it away.
Rip, it's just good to hear from you. Now, I wasn't fat like Ben was. I was more of the skinny fat. I had the chicken arms and the chicken legs. That was always my issue.
No, your fucking issue is you're like me. You're fucking missing the goddamn card.
Well, that is true.
Anybody in the wrestling business is missing the goddamn card, or 2 or 3 motherfuckers. Hey, can you imagine we're getting out there putting oil on our bodies, fucking shaving, and we're out there fucking feeling other fucking men up, right?
Is there any weirder feeling than putting on some underwear and then putting your shoes back on?
Underwear? Well, hell, I can't get my feet in there to put my fucking underwear. Fuck, who has underwear? just let that big fucking hammer flow, baby. Hey, does everybody in goddamn Ben Hamin, hey, send me something with a fucking picture, whatever, like the double bird thing we got or whatever, so I can have. When's this stuff that's gonna play?
Right now we're live, but I'll produce it. It'll be out by lunchtime, Rip. So I'll tag you on it and put all that shit.
Can you send me something and do it so some 5-year-old could show me how to do that motherfucker or whatever?
All you'll have to do is hit the share button. I'll make it super easy for you, as always, Hustler.
Hey, does everybody there know how fucking good Man Beast is?
They do, man, because, unfortunately that OVW bubble keeps people so locked down as a secret in just kind of a tri-state area. And since he's joined here at Hamin Media Group, Rip, he's just brought all the knowledge that he's had from every position, from being the director, being a tag champ, being a referee, whatever it takes to book the towns. And my staff is getting a world-class education. In fact, I think they should be PayPaling you for the dues to every week. I think you should be getting kicked up to mafia style.
No, that ain't right. Fuck that. Fuck that bullshit.
Well,
no, it's like your goddamn high school football coach. He teaches you, right? He gets paid the goddamn salary to fucking teach you. You know what I mean? And then after you fucking graduate, now you're man to man on the same goddamn fucking level.
Sure.
Instead of talking to me like a teacher to a goddamn fucking student. You know what I mean? But hey, when goddamn Man Beast, and you was there, Pops, when he fucking wrestled Chico motherfucking Alvarez, right?
Brian Alvarez.
Almost the whole fucking hour, because we had to have an intro and an end, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we couldn't go the whole thing. And they'd never seen each other's mothers before. And fucking Ted the fucking trailer with McNair was a goddamn fucking machine. And all fucking Chico had to fucking do was goddamn listen. But I knew he would because he's trained by goddamn Midget, right?
Yeah.
So fucking Midget, goddamn, was like OVW fucking West. You know, and fucking Shiloh came from there, and,
Yep.
and fucking Eric Locker come from there. Fucking Jimbo Uno came from there. All the fucking top stars.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's like when Eric comes, Midget said, "You're ready to go," but he made him save up $6,000 so he would have money when he got to fucking Louisville in case he had any fucking trouble getting a fucking job. He says, "No, you ain't going there till you got that goddamn money." That's like what a fucking father fucking figure Midget was to them motherfuckers.
That's exactly what I moved with. And while we're saying Midget, let's pay respect to the late and great Buddy Wayne Wrestling Academy is who he's talking to, one of Rip's best friends. And he wasn't Midget. He was the little son of a bitch, but man, he could fucking go, no doubt about it.
Oh, and then like match you had with fucking Shawn Michaels and shit. Jesus Christ. There's like fucking marks for fucking Midge. Midge is so fucking good. But anyway, Man Beast, because I tell people to watch two fucking matches. I tell them to watch Buddy Rogers versus Pat O'Connor, 1961, Comiskey Park, 38,000 fucking people there, NWA Heavyweight Championship match, Buddy Rogers against Pat O'Connor. I tell them to watch that son of a bitch. I said, look, fucking Rogers is leading that motherfucker, and everything makes goddamn fucking sense. And I said, and you're going to look. I said, you and your fucking bullshit, false finish motherfuckers. Every cover in the whole fucking three falls was a pin unless Rogers got his foot on the rope. In other words, a goddamn fucking false pin meant something. We don't go out through 22 fucking false pins for no fucking reason because they don't fucking mean nothing because nobody beats nobody. Of course, the finish got to be a goddamn fucking roll up. I don't even get hot about it. Anyway, the whole thing is, and then we had that fucking seminar at OVW, and there was fucking Power and fucking Man Beast going out and doing a goddamn 90-minute motherfucking match. Called in the goddamn fucking ring, and then the fucking superstars of the day, there ain't nobody in the goddamn fucking business that can do that shit. Because nobody knows fucking how. But you take no fucking talent if somebody hands you a fucking script and says, here's your goddamn match. Nobody can do a fucking promo and says, here's your fucking promo.
And we're fucked. We're fucked right now because of it. Lowest Raw rating in history this week, Ripper, 1.46. And Triple H has been on record as saying, well, we're going to make the company. We're not making stars anymore. You know, I think CM Punk getting in their ass was one of the things that really chapped them. And I don't know why they won't make a star to make a draw. Obviously, we got no houses to really play for. But at this time, Rip, you know, and I even see go ahead.
Now is the time. Now's the time to make your fucking stars.
And but hey, is it possible to even say? Is it possible to even save this sinking ship with AEW? You know, doing the same shit that happened in WCW, where they say one thing and then here come all the other guys who've been future endeavored. WWE just so scripted and 50-50 bullshit booking. And it looks like, you know, they're trying to bail out the Titanic with a goddamn red Solo cup. I just don't see how you can right the ship at this point. Is there any suggestions to save the industry, Rip?
Well, good Rip with me is, you know how many fucking wrestling shows I've watched since 2002?
Yeah.
Fucking zero, motherfucker. So the only thing I would do is like if you sent me something, or Nick Dinsmore, somebody would send me something to watch. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I will not watch that because it hurts me. It hurts me because they destroyed my motherfucking business. They took something that was fucking sacred to me, something sacred to Jim fucking Cornette, sacred to a bunch of old motherfuckers that understood this shit, worked this shit for years. They under fucking stood it. It takes you so goddamn long to understand this shit. And you got to fail and fail and fail and fail and fail so you can finally figure it out. And all of a sudden, all the stuff you would do to get heat, to draw fucking money, no, we don't do that. 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 Now, how many guys you see go to WWE and that's their lifelong dream? Then all of a sudden they want their goddamn, they try, I want out of my contract.
The release. Yeah. Or they don't do something with like an EC3, a guy that has money written all over him as a heel Cena. They don't do fuck all.
But the thing about it is, you know, I know, and everybody in TV land knows now, it ain't real. They can make a star out of anybody. It does not fucking matter. And just think back whether we take Mick Foley, the fucking hardcore legend, and all of a sudden he's doing the goddamn finger down the fucking throat, whatever I can't remember what the son it's called.
Man,
fucking put the El Saco or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Or fucking Santino's all fucked up, so he does the fucking Cobra, right?
Yep.
And with the power of television, you can shove anything down anybody. Hell, they could have the goddamn Invisible Man on there for a year fucking straight. Then all of a sudden, people start believing it. When people, no matter how big the star is, they're out there selling and flipping themselves and doing whatever and taking the 3 count and losing. And they have the goddamn interview with the fucking Invisible fucking Man. Wow. Power television does everything. They're catering to fucking kids. They can do exactly what the fuck they want to do. But the whole thing was, hey, I got away from how good fucking talented head to trailer man beast motherfucking is.
Rip, I'll have you to thank. You're the master.
Can you imagine? Now, first of all, in the rest of it, don't judge a goddamn book by its motherfucking cover. You could have the world's greatest entrance, the fucking world's greatest fucking gear, be jacked like Mr. Goddamn fucking Olympia. Do this, do that, ladies and gentlemen. Then the bell rings, then you're fucked. You got to be able to fucking work. Don't judge that goddamn book by its fucking cover. But the way to get in, unless you're related to the Samoans, or you marry the boss's daughter, you do that. You have to know how to fucking work.
Well, there you go. I'm sure the Stooge report got back, talking about marrying the boss's daughter. Did you get a chance there? Somebody must have sent it to you about Triple H name dropping you this week as he went back in on McAfee, trying to big league him a little bit in this work shoot Adam Cole McAfee thing that was interesting. And then they've kind of fucked it over, but there was no need for Game to be dropping your name. Any response to that, man?
Oh, just spell my name right.
On the check.
Hey, any publicity is good publicity. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. as Honky Tonk Man would say.
Well,
lovely.
He said Rip Rogers is looking for a payday, trying to laugh about it. I was like, do you even fucking know Rip? Obviously, we're all looking for a payday at this point, man.
Yeah, well, we can't all marry the boss's daughter. What the fuck, right?
No, we can just get some on the side from her, though, probably.
Yeah.
He can deal with the headaches. But you know, that's the whole long and short of it. The people don't really know, but a lot of guys will, even who are on the road now and are marginalized, whether it's Pat McAfee, whether I'll stooge it off, Killer Cross has said it before, or Elias. These guys are coming to you on the side outside of OVW to get these pearls of wisdom that take them to the next level of character, where it has everybody turn their head like, holy shit, this guy's something special, something different. And then they just get shelved once again in a fucked up way by WWE. And then here's Game trying to get his little shots in on McAfee, but they did a work shoot that was half believable. Now they got this kid apologizing on Twitter and it's all pussified after that. Rip, why are we doing this all the time?
First of all, let's look at, this might be the beginning of the journey, right? This is a movie. And stuff is not going to be at the end of the movie the way you think it is now, let's just say.
Right.
There's some big ass shit might I just say some big ass shit might be gonna happen. Pat McAfee is so fucking good. I took that motherfucker with Randy and Von Lilas and fucking couple other guys, and this motherfucker don't give a fuck. He's the coolest motherfucker. You give him a goddamn, he did a 3-hour goddamn one-man fucking show, just talking.
Promo class, man. He's got it. I mean, the podcasting thing, he's done how many hours, thousands of hours of reps already.
Oh my God. Then all of a sudden he's on ESPN doing College Game Day. He was the finalist for fucking Monday Night goddamn football, but all of a sudden he'd be the goddamn fucking star. But that motherfucker is so motherfucking real. Don't give a rat's ass. He got married fucking Saturday.
Oh no, I didn't know. Kayfabe wedding or what?
No, he got married Saturday.
Okay, well, congratulations, Pat. Your life's over.
Yeah. So anyway, he's going to be making some goddamn fucking waves. I'll tell you that. But the angle thing, I didn't even see it. Somebody sent me some shit, and as soon as I saw how little that motherfucker was, I said, "This looks like a goddamn 8th grader," and it's just passed backwards because because McAfee should be the goddamn heel because he's 100 pounds bigger than him. Fucking Pat weighs almost 250. He's the goddamn fucking stud.
And they don't see it. They think because that Adam Cole is Triple H light or Shawn Michaels light, you know what I mean? That he's just going to be over and whatnot. And Game tries to make McAfee feel shitty, like he's not one of the boys, where he's trying to do good business. I mean, they fucked with him at WrestleMania with Michael Cole, trying to stooge him off because he had some shorts on with a tuxedo, just like, the normal bullshit to test you.
And what happened?
And he told him to fuck off. Yeah, he walked out.
Yeah, Pat tell you to fuck off right away. And Vince too. Oh, hey, pal, that looks pretty hip. And he wore the son of a bitch, right?
Yeah.
He'll say, fuck y'all. He don't give a shit. He's already goddamn fucking rich. He just loves the wrestling fucking business. He's got a goddamn ring in his fucking garage, barn, or whatever the fuck it is, right?
Yeah. How did he like getting shot by Von Lilas?
Oh my God. I got a bunch of stuff in my phone and shit like that, but Lilas, he was ripping him a new asshole, right? And Pat was running. I said, Pat, you can't run from him.
If you
hell, motherfuckers knocking people on his fucking ass in the goddamn NFL, and then fucking this Von Lilas is stopping him, and Lilas is switching to the left hand because his hand's out of chop shape, right?
Yeah.
But holy shit.
What an ass!
It was some good motherfucking time.
RBV, go ahead.
Anyway,
get in, Rick. Sorry.
The good thing is you got that fucking man beast on there.
Yes, sir.
This little motherfucker is so fucking good. He gets. You know what's so funny is, you all get this shit. How come you guys get this shit and 99.9 ain't got a fucking clue? It don't fucking change. It's like making chicken noodle soup. If you know how to play baseball, you know how to play baseball. If you know how to professional wrestling, it's pretty fucking simple. There's a few goddamn rules you fucking need to do. It's just like, in a movie, you gotta have a good guy, bad guy, or nobody gives a fuck.
And the way they're doing it now, I know you're not watching, but they got baby faces coming out and getting heel heat on the heels before a match or jumping them from behind and shit. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Last week, this guy was the one who was getting heated on, and they think is retribution that the baby needs to do heel shit right over. I mean, whoever they've got in the back there, and I can't believe that it gets through to allow that shit, because it's just so confusing on TV, man. From week to week, these babies attacking heels.
Now, wait a minute, Pop. Now, look. Here you are, if somebody gives you a job, all you got to do is shut the fuck up, right? And you get that goddamn check every fucking week until the fucking money's gone. And they got a whole lot of money. And you might as well have some. And all you got to do is bite your fucking lip. How was it?
Fantastic.
What do you think about that finish? Fantastic. What about the TV? Greatest fucking ever, right? That's all you got to fucking say.
But when
agree with the fucking bosses.
But wouldn't
agree
at this time?
Them.
Wouldn't you rather at this time at a 1.46 rating, everything's fucked, try to be I mean, you know me, Rip. That's what I came there for, creative wise, to be the one to go, let me be the one to like take this in the direction it should be, cut, the throats of who needs to, get rid of all those 28 motherfuckers. You showed up for DCW, go, who's paid dues, have one sheet of paper, make the card. Here's the finish. They had here on SmackDown, they had 3 girls segments back to back to close the show. I mean, they don't even know how to structure their show or feature their performers in the right way to get everybody over. I mean, I get the working your ass off to get a check, but it seems like you're also getting the plague at the same fucking time when you could be when I or somebody else could be the cure for the situation.
Well, just shut the fuck up, get your goddamn shit. Hey. It's nice to pay that. It's nice to pay that cable TV bill.
Sure.
It's nice to go into goddamn McDonald's and it's your choice to eat from the dollar menu instead of you have to eat from the dollar goddamn fucking menu. I'm such a stupid motherfucker. I never got the rest of the business because of the money. How fucking stupid I was. Fuck. Now everybody's a goddamn fucking businessman. Well, they're businessmen and they do dives for no fucking reason. So, hey, what else is there fucking,
Well, Rip, I do remember you did get smartened up eventually. I remember you telling us about how when you were helping with the road shows for WCW, you made it a point to be sure to wear a couple of different hats so that way you could make the most out of your paychecks.
To do what now?
Back in WCW, didn't you tell us about how you would ring the bell and you would be you would do all the jobs?
Hey, yeah, this is a hell of a rib now. Listen to this motherfucker. First of all, I was an agent, okay? So I got a fee for that. Then I got my fucking mileage and I got my fucking meal allotment, okay? Then I would work the first match, so I get paid for that. Then I'd go back and announce, so I get paid for that. I was the agent, so I got paid for fucking that. I was a promoter, so I got paid for that. I was the timekeeper, so I got paid for that. I was the bell ringer, I got paid for that. Then I'd go get the goddamn jackets and got paid for that too. That was a hell of a fucking night.
That's
and
awesome.
Then I'd turn all the money into Ole, and Ole'd say, fuck, you guys outdrew the fucking main towns, right? And then with Bischoff come in, I got heat. He said, I'd rather fucking lose $250,000 in the Astrodome to let people know I was dressed in a high school. I said, well, goddamn, that shows you ain't never ran a goddamn territory with your own fucking money. If you do it a little bit different, and if you treat the goddamn big corporations like it's your fucking money, and you'll turn a goddamn fucking profit. If you don't give a fuck and just piss it away because you're a fucking rascal, you just don't fuck it up and so it'll be goddamn gone. But anyway, what the fuck is we supposed to be talking about anyway? Fuck, I can't remember. I'm goddamn seat.
RBV, hit him up.
Hustler, I know you're not watching wrestling regularly. You're just getting those clips. Have you got to see any of the new cinematic style that they're presenting, like the Boneyard match or anything with the Wyatt, with the Fiend going on? Have you got to see any of the BD rated movie stuff?
Not one fucking second. Not one fucking second.
What do you see it as, especially now? Especially, I'm sure you didn't see any of this. I don't even know if you caught word of it because I know Beast didn't hear about it. But over this past weekend, they had where you had Gallows and Anderson, formerly of New Japan and all that, the Bullet Club. they actually put out a complete parody, pretty much just mocking all aspects of professional wrestling. How does, from your group of thinking, and that traditionist, that old school, is there any place for this?
Well, just because I don't like doesn't mean anything. What's the demographics for 66-year-old crippled motherfuckers? You know what I mean?
I think
Bobby.
You could watch.
Bobby
You could watch Impact. You could watch Impact, and Katie Forbes is out there with RVD twerking, shaking it all right now. Rip, she's getting herself over big time.
Well, does anybody watch Impact?
Just me and Ted and the other co-host. I think this time.
Okay. Do they? And I don't even know. So do they still have that stupid ring?
Nope, they're four-sided ring.
Okay, that's always a plus. See, the first time I ever turned that on in my fucking life, I looked at it for about 3 minutes. I said, I can't watch this shit. Hey, let's watch the fucking basketball game, but it's a fucking square fucking rim, and it's 12 feet high, and it's a triangle court. Let's change every fucking thing. It's big goddamn tradition, and you've played your whole fucking life. I mean, fucking holy shit.
No, I think they're doing the best. They're doing the best character work right now over there. I know, even though you're not watching, they're doing the kind of rib. They're doing the kind of ribs to hit the inside of the business how it should be, and fuck you generationally, or make fun of the releases where nobody else wants to put that shit over. You know what I mean? And then you got AEW, the kid got his money from his old man, and they're already sunk $100 million, claiming they're in the red. And now here comes Bischoff. He's going to be on the show this week. Same as Dixie. Here come the Sharks. They're going to take a big bite out of them. Here come all the WWE guys.
You're right. But then again, hey, you're in this to make money, right?
Right. And Bischoff kicked his ass.
If I had Tony Khan's goddamn money, and my son wanted, he loved wrestling, and he wanted me to open something or whatever, and I had a goddamn how much money he has got $2 billion. Something I heard. I don't know. Hell, I'd spend half on it. I wouldn't give a shit. It's my goddamn kid. Let him be fucking happy. What the fuck? Live the fucking dream. Finally, after the billions gone, say, well, okay, now you got to go work the case, son. But
would you whip his ass though if he gave Sean Spears a stunner at post show in front of the whole crowd just to get his shit over afterwards?
Well, it depends. If I was going to write the shows, like I guess Tony Khan writes the shows. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, wow, that's guaranteed failure. Everybody in the world knows that.
Yeah. Well, he did it.
I mean, hey, Tony should let me run his goddamn football club for him or something.
Well, I think it's a lot of Tony's not writing. He's being manipulated by the talent. They're all going in there and giving the ideas and persuading him, and then saying, "Great job, you wrote this."
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah. But then again, that's the goddamn wrestling business. Let's see who can stick the most knives in somebody's goddamn fucking back. And that's the way the wrestling business has always been. Anything in the entertainment business is that way. It's like Ole Anderson said, I'm in this to make money. I'm for me. And that's the way it's supposed to be.
Right. I know. And you get shunned if they're going to business for themselves trying to get a job. Well, of course I'm trying to get a job. But we know, Rip, that you follow, sports, and you emulate a lot of that in the psychology. But from our chat room says, what's Rip think about the sports and politics? Like he said about basketball, a lot of people have an issue with that. And I also saw, Rip, to follow up with that, you doing the conspiracy side of things, saying, are we done here in 2 years? Is America fucked? Is the work of it all over with? Where are you at in your 66 years right now, Rip, in your view of all this shit going on in the world, man?
Yeah, we'll be done 2 years.
And what's that look like?
Oh, there'll be fucking animals alive. Maybe the dinosaurs will come off back. It'll be a push button fucking war. Hey, are you kidding me? You cannot say anything in this fucking world Hamin, you said a naughty word. You fact-shamed somebody in 1998.
Well, last
and
week.
I got it on fucking tape or whatever. Well, fuck everybody. Hey, it's a good thing they didn't have goddamn cell phones and goddamn when Abraham Lincoln, with George Washington there, when fucking Thomas Jefferson was doing his thing, right?
Yeah.
You couldn't do it. You couldn't do anything in this whole fucking world. Fuck, if they'd have had this shit in the goddamn fucking age, there wouldn't be no wrestling. Hell, there wouldn't be no any sports. Because everybody would, they would see what the fucking world, the world's nothing but goddamn evil. Get fucking real. You got money, you're fucking evil. You got power, you're fucking evil. Get fucking real. And what are we? We're jealous because we ain't got none. Because we'd be doing the same goddamn thing. What the fuck? You go through one fucking time in fucking life. Do what the fuck you want to do. Try and have a good time. Fucking laugh. Go for that fucking dream. Give it 100%. You're only fucking young once. Or you'll be fucking 50 saying, fuck, what a dumbass I was. I wish I would have tried. I wish I would have trained. I wish I would have worked out. I wish I would have played fucking video games and did stupid shit. I wish I would have been fucking focused. Oh, I get on a fucking roll. I'm a fucking old motherfucker. 66. Holy shit.
That's the shit, Rip, that I say, that I've heard you say. I say it to my audience every week, man. And I'll even impersonate you to put it out there to show that that's the conditioning and mindset you got to have in this shit. Because if it is 2 years and we're fucking out, what are you going to do with those 2 years in your life to prepare or get to where you want to go and follow your dreams, man? And a lot of your teachings to Ted and I definitely get passed down every day to our staff, and they're applying it, and they're succeeding in life because they've had enough of this bullshit Mark life that they had to lead with the 85% fuck faces all over the place, and they see a better way even in a dark time like this.
Well, I mean, every generation's had their fucking dark time, you know. Hey, when I was in fucking high school, I'm trying to stay out of goddamn Vietnam, right?
Yeah.
Fucking, I get guys getting the fucking, you do something wrong, the principal kick you out of fucking school, they called the goddamn draft board.
Yeah,
you'd be fucking gone.
Well, it came right back around. All you got to say is Michael Hayes, a guy who's 100% Rip Rogers guy who gave his leg and a lot more for his country getting roped into, war in Iraq. Absolutely, every generation has that, and now I think the bitterness of it all is just overflowing everywhere the fuck that we are in this world, man. But that's why the real talk of the locker room, Hamin Media Group, Rip Rogers Hustler Style, is always going to cut through all the bullshit because we don't have time to fucking stroke these egos, man.
No, we only got so much time on this fucking earth. And hey, and if we fucking croak tomorrow, at least you'll be half-ass jacked now, won't you? You'll be looking good in that fucking casket. Well, they fucking want to fry your ass, put in a little goddamn genie bottle, and throw you out the fucking seat, whatever. But you'll be looking good in that goddamn. You'll probably have a sellout. No, you can't have you fucking. Can you have funerals anymore?
Yeah, I think we'll stream it. We'll stream it all live on Twitch and get some bits to pay for the whole headstone and all that shit.
Hey, as the fucking Rib had the 9-bell salute, not the 10. or the 11 one. That fucked everybody up.
Ted, we're going to go around the horn one more time. One more question each for Ripper, and we'll take it home here, man. Go for it, buddy.
Well, I'd be remiss, first of all, if I did just always say thank you to Rip, because if there's anything I've learned in wrestling, it's certainly thanks to you. I guess the question I would want to ask really is, who do you see as far as any of the people that that are out there right now, that who do you feel is really, I guess, who do you see big things for coming up as far as in wrestling, Rip?
Oh, I have no idea, because I only see people that I have contact with, right?
That's true.
I don't watch other people, and somebody will send me a match, and I can't watch it because they do a whole lot of shit that's so fucking wrong. where I can have a session with him and we can correct it all, right? But wrestling ain't real. You know, they can push anybody they want. It doesn't make any difference if you're any good or not. It's in any fucking job. That's like, okay, Beast, why are you there with Ben Hamin? Because he knows you, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay, the world is all who you motherfucking know.
It's true.
Why am I here talking? Why am I here talking with you guys?
Because we know you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this shit is so fucking simple. So fucking simple.
RBV.
And we made it hard.
Yep.
Hustler, maybe touch on this in your training seminars today, but if you were back, had the reins, handling development for WWE, how would you address or more so police their use of social media today?
Oh, the shit where they're thanking each other. Fuck you, goodbye. You don't fucking put your opponent over. You don't talk. You talk about wrestling somebody. Hey, all you got to do is treat the marks like the marks they are. They think they're smart. They have to use their fucking terminology, so don't use it. Talk about wrestling. And when they start using your terminology, make them explain it. They'll get all fucking tongue-tied. Because they don't fucking get it. They don't understand fucking wrestling. They're fucking stupid. Oh, yeah. That's like, oh, what are we going to do in our match? Oh, what are we doing for our shine spot? Fuck you, shine spot. You're fucking winning. Fuck you and your shine spot. There ain't no goddamn fucking script for a goddamn match. You watch any fucking ball game. Sometimes the home team's ahead. Sometimes they're fucking behind. Sometimes they win. Sometimes they lose. Treat it like a fucking sport. Don't let the marks call the fucking shots. Fuck them. They should be waiting in righteous anticipation, crying because Ricky Morton's goddamn selling, instead of fucking knocking beach balls and saying this is fucking awesome. Fuck them.
I couldn't agree more. Go ahead.
Take two motherfucking steps back. Treat this as a fucking sport. Have fucking upsets. Have stars go into a fucking slump. Have a fucking injury. Have a lot of fucking submissions over simple shit. I don't want to see the fucking stunner. I don't want to see all the fucking signature moves. Hell, I went to see Michael Jordan. He didn't dunk. Why? It wasn't there. I watched Willie Mays strike out 4 times to an 18-year-old Gary Nolan for the Cincinnati Reds in 1967 or 8, whatever the fuck it was. And in batting practice, it never pitched over the fence. I was ready to fucking cry. I come here to see him hit home runs. He kept striking out. That ain't what I wanted to see. But I couldn't wait to come back next time, maybe see him again. Like wrestling should be. Fuck them motherfuckers. They should be standing at the end of the fucking night like a goddamn movie. I don't give a fuck about the fucking first match. First match is basic. Get your fucking wrestling over. Each match goes a little bit different, little bit over the fucking top. But you better not even get close to that motherfucking main event. Don't be nicking stuff that they're gonna fucking do. Learn how to have a motherfucking match. Whatever your slot is on the fucking card, don't step on nobody's goddamn toe. That's what being a goddamn pro is. Have no fucking ego. When it's time to put somebody over, do it motherfucking right. When it's time to sell, sell. If you're a fucking star and it's time to get fucking squashed, get fucking squashed. I remember I had a fucking Russian torture match, goddamn Ox Baker, Kansas fucking City. He's the biggest motherfucker there. What happened? Boom, I beat him up. He juices, blah, blah, blah. He's helpless in the goddamn corner, and they stopped the motherfucking match. He got nothing. People were in shock because he got nothing. That's not what they thought was going to happen. Then somebody else comes in, he starts the fucking program with me instead. Blah, blah, blah. The goddamn movie with twists and fucking turns. Have a little bit of fucking reality to it. It's fucking simple. Have a good time. If you're a fan, you love this motherfucking business. No matter how shitty it is, you're going to fucking buy it. Think about it. Watch the goddamn movie. Have a good fucking time. Yeah, I'm fucking rolling.
No, you're spot on, right where we want you, Hustler. I was hoping for more game burial, but we know the real deal, and we got to protect business for McAfee, man. We're Hustler guys through and through, and if you guys want to hear more or read more of this every day, some daily affirmations, the book on professional wrestling by the Hustler Rip Rogers, available on Amazon now. If you want to be a real G, you go to prowrestlingtees.com/Rip Rogers and get the official Hustler shirt, or get the FR fucking rotten shirt, or this is a strap fanny pack shirt. I'll get all three, in fact, because they're on sale August 4th through the 6th, 20% off. So get your Hustler gear on, because you're not going to get any more real shoot promo from the guy who made John Cena, Randy Orton, Ted the Trailer McNailer, Mark Henry, Ben Hamin, and countless others who are the top performers in this business.
Silvio too.
Yeah, Silvio too, who's here on Hamin Media Group. Absolutely a Hustler guy, man. Ripper, we thank you and we love you. Can I get a quick soundbite sting from you, putting over the Monday Locker Room and Hamin Media Group?
Okay, okay.
Just say, this is the Hustler, Rip Rogers, yada, yada, yada.
Okay. This is the Hustler Rip Rogers. Yeah, it's fucking me. Yeah, and listen to the fucking Hamin Media Group. That's Ben Hamin Media Group from Rip Rogers. Go get him and go fuck yourself.
Perfect. I couldn't ask for more, man. Is there anything else we can help promote for you? I know you're at Hustler2754 on Twitter. You can tell people to go fuck off or whatever and block them. I know that's one of your favorite things. What else you got going on?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what it is why argue with an idiot? You know, it's like some fan that knows more than the goddamn pro football coach that spent 20 hours a day the last 20 years studying fucking film and evaluating talent and grading, blah, blah, blah. And then some mark that watches it fucking, hey, I subscribe to the Observer, so I know what the fuck's going on. I watch fucking this and that. So anyway,
I got one. Sorry, I got one here from Dirty Turnbuckle. Says, Rip's the best. He used to scare the shit out of me when he toured the Maritimes. I thought he was the real deal because he was so badass. But I told you, Rip, I'm lining it up. I want to get my revenge on Chris LaPlante at Crossfire. And that old son of a bitch, Bobby Bass, is there. And he was talking some shit, Rip. So I might need you for backup here this fall.
Well, fucking Sir Robert Bass, he's always talking shit, so what the fuck, right?
Yeah. I think you're in a little bit better shape, Rip. I think we can fucking put it on them and beat the fuck out of some Canadians together and have a good time, man.
Oh, I'm always up for beating Canadians up. You know that. But don't tell anybody that I couldn't whip their grandma.
I won't, man. We'll get the meat chop in on them. But, obviously, I know my staff feels the same way. My listeners, the knowledge that I spit every week is 90% from you and along with my improv knowledge. And we're so thankful to be Hustler guys and to have you in our lives, Rip. And thank you for joining us on the Monday Locker Room.
But you got to remember, Ben, is anything that comes out of my mouth, that ain't me talking.
That's Savage. That's Piper.
Randy Savage talking. That's Roddy Piper talking. That's goddamn Ronnie Garvin talking. That's Randy Orton's daddy talking. That's Bob Root talking. That's Boris Malenko talking. That's Angelo Popple. That's Landy. This is the guys that I rode. This is Playboy Buddy Rose. This is goddamn guys I rode the fucking car with. And I just shut the fuck up and listened because I was a stupid idiot. I didn't know anything. But I tell you I didn't know anything. They'd ask my opinion. I said, I ain't going to open my mouth. As soon as I do, I'm a fucking idiot. But anyway, hey, you guys are a great success. I'm proud of you guys. Goodbye to Ted the Trailer. Goodbye to you, Ben Hamin, and goodbye to you, fat ass up there. And do some goddamn exercise and lose some fucking weight, you lazy fat bastard.
You heard it, guys. The Hustler Rip Rogers. Y'all, Ripper.
Heels over strong, baby. Yo.
I can't give you any more than that from the guy who's probably had as much influence on my life as my own father, some of my great acting mentors, and that right there is a world-class education. If you want more, grab that book and definitely give him a follow. You guys let him know on Twitter how much you appreciate that right there, because that's the education you pay for. Get that 3-4 days a week drummed into your head, and it's going to fucking turn you into a different person, isn't it, Ted?
100%. Well, you heard it straight from the horse's mouth. I mean, and I like how he also had to put over those that came before him, and it's all about passing on the knowledge to the next generation. And that's why I truly love doing the things that we do, and having the opportunity to even coach some people on the side and just continue to try to give back. I think the most exciting thing for me now is when you give someone just that little bit of information or that little bit of knowledge, and you see that spark go off, and they put the pieces together, and then they go out and they perform to the height of their talent, and are able to tell the stories that transcend people's emotions and able to get emotionally invested behind it in within the confines of the story that they're telling on our television screen. And it's just it's a beautiful thing to see when you see that knowledge being able to be transferred and passed on.
It's
sort of piggyback on what Beast was saying there. Regularly if I'm out at shows or in doing other podcasts, things like that, people regularly ask me, okay, like, where did you learn that? How do you know that? I regularly say, I come from the school of Hamin, and that's you, Ben, that's Beast, that's Silvio, and as Rip was saying there, that what you guys are, giving us as your co-hosts and our listeners, that's from you, that's from Rip. And then to have him, pay homage to those that he learned from, to think about that amazing trail of how this knowledge is being shared from, ear to ear, generation to generation.
2 degrees of separation from all those guys he just mentioned. Poffos, Savage. For me to be in the ring with Roddy Piper after being a Rip guy was the pinnacle of my career. And everything that I'm saying, whether I know it or not most of the time, is from those fucking pillars in wrestling that are flow through Rip, that now flow through me, Ted, and Silvio, and now flow to you. Yeah, how many things did he say in his own Rip Rogers goddamn fucking way, cocksucker, that you hear me say weekly?
Well, it's that's how you learn, is that repetition.
Absolutely.
To have that just continually instilled into you, and then it becomes almost just like a second nature to yourself.
It's the it of who you are and how you define yourself, man. And it really is. I think the biggest thing, even wrestling aside, that Rip has come to know, and Rip's lost. He talked about Midget, who was one of his best friends, Buddy Wayne. And there's another guy who from OVW who is legendary, who was Rip's best friend, who took his own life tragically. And he's been through a lot, and that would drive a lesser man down. And Rip's still got to be Mickey from Rocky. He's still got to be a hard ass and not let that affect him and use his hatred to drive him. But he's got so much love in his heart for the business and the guys who are the sons of Rip, whether it's Ted and I, Jamin Olavencia, Adam Revolver, who he calls Power. Like, these are guys who will fucking, maybe not me, but those other three I just named, along with maybe 50 others, Tony Gunn, Shiloh, they could work fucking circles around Adam Cole. and they would be more believable in this type of shit. And that's the real where the fans don't ever know. Do they know an Adam Revolver outside of those 3 states? No. He told you. People like, fuck Brian Alvarez and Meltzer. This guy right here who got his head shaved by CM Punk, I watched the fucking thing yesterday, and that'd be the pinnacle of what people might know Man Beast for, and a couple things. Can take Brian Alvarez and lead him in a 60-minute match, not some shit burner like get your shit in bullshit spot fest where nobody's selling. A real fucking Ric Flair Steamboat quality match. based on the training of the Hustler Rip Rogers. Show me anybody fucking else, any place on the planet who can do that. Because I'm consider myself a pretty good scout of it. Aside from the Hustler guys, I don't think there's many who can. Maybe some Monster Factory guys, but that's because Hustler went there and set the fucking standard for them of where they need to be at, and they're holding that up. Same with Dinsmore's guys too. But
and I'd say Silvio's guys as well. But again, it goes back to that. It goes back to that knowledge being passed down. It just all goes back to that.
Going back with Triple H, name dropping Rip this past week. What really jumped out to me was almost, Triple H in that little DX sort of attitude, him taking that cheap shot because his company is still living off of Rip superstars that he made, where they had produced these under the NXT.
So they did the thing with Cole and McAfee, and then there was like a FaceTime thing that they were recording with McAfee and Game. And Game's trying to play mediator, and it's on McAfee's show as a call-in on Zoom, and he goes, "You said it yourself, man. You went, you bought a ring, you paid it, you went and trained with Rip Rogers because he needed some money." And like everyone's like, "Oh," like making fun of the Hustler being the Hustler. Pay your fucking dues, right? Rip's always gonna say, "No, you'll fucking pay me today, cocksucker. You don't go to McDonald's and get a cheeseburger and fucking pay him next Wednesday. No, you do it fucking now." So like that's Rip's legacy, but like they pop for it. So he took a shot at Rip for no reason. But then he fucking comes back in and is like, and those guys, you haven't been around wrestling because of COVID or whatever. And, those guys just don't see you as, in the biz or in the locker room. So it's like he's trying to work and make him feel marginalized, like he's a mark that's hired by WWE and not one of the boys. Meanwhile, the reality is he could fucking thump Adam Cole into oblivion, like Rip said, 100 pounds bigger and a pro athlete for real. But then Adam Cole comes back with this fucking pussy ass apology online, and Game's like, even in that interview, he's like, "If you want to come to NXT and settle it, we can talk about it. We can," like just setting up the wrestling. But the work, shoot, fuck you part of it that they kicked it off with is now fizzled in like the part 3 of where they were trying to go with the work, shoot. So if you're going to bang and you want to drop Rip's name, you don't realize the sea of Hustler guys that are out here and who are even in your own locker room, from Randy Orton, who's a diehard who would stick up for Hustler, Mark Henry, Killer Cross, like, they just talk out of the side of their mouth on who they want to fucking pick. But you want me to spit some game on game about Jamin Olavencia's situation and fucking you want to pick scabs and let some things bleed? We can bleed a little while tonight. I got no problem with that, dude. I know where I'm going, so I don't have to rely on anybody else to be like, "Oh, their approval." I like when they shut me down. You shut the fuck up, Pops, and you take the fucking check, you dumb cocksucker. Well, sometimes I don't listen. You know what I mean? And I want the check, but I would rather get there, get the lay of the land, and fucking say, "Nope, we're not doing shit like this anymore. And if you fucking got a problem with the way I do it, let's put my method against your method." Like, not to be a dick, but like Rip empowered me at OVW to run promo class. How different was promos from, not saying Rip's a shitty promo, but from how it was being run, Beast, to when I took it over in improv, and the fucking level of everybody's character work in 6 months doubled and tripled.
And I think it comes where your training allowed that process to be streamlined,
Sure.
Versus, I'm not saying Rip necessarily had the wrong way of doing it, but it certainly was more of finding yourself over time and repetition, versus you had a direct methodology over this is what you need to do to find yourself and get better at your character.
Teamwork and improv.
Right.
And I'm taking all the wrestling knowledge as a mark and being fucking just like trying to soak it all in like a sponge and carve it into my fucking brain, tattoo it, Like,
it's almost like you have 2 sets of rules. You're like, these are all the rules of improv. These are all the rules of wrestling. And it's finding, okay, we can marry those rules together, and this is what's created. And it's a wonderful thing when it can come together all as one cohesive story.
And when you see, when everybody sees it for the first time, it gets unlocked. And you're just like, it's Marcellus Wallace's soul coming out of the fucking, the light, and it goes off for everybody. And then once we get it going, and that's where I was glad where you're like, RBV, what would you do in developmental, even though he would fire you if you were on Twitter doing that dumb shit, thanking your fucking opponent, you'd be fired that day. Like that's really what needs to happen, I think, in this sinking ship, because those same people in developmental are just collecting a check and going along to get along and not challenging the performers, not making new. It's just a fucking factory system of failure ahead. Oh, silent.
I think maybe one of the biggest things to take away from this, I always call them the Hamin isms. Those little bits of knowledge that you drop in, the deserve versus earn conversation. Yeah. One of the things that Rip said is just make sure you spell my name right.
Yeah. Hustler Rip Rogers, no D. Yeah, man, fucking that's as close as I can get you to the id of my wrestling knowledges. And I think in the time he was pretty close to the swear record. So depending on, if you break down the ratios based on other shoot promos, we're right in the pocket there. And that's exactly what I wanted. What I don't want is to run down these headlines for the next half hour before we take it home. But I think we'll do a couple here. Is there anything standing out there?
There were a few actually, and it was kind of slim picking. And really what I had 6 or 7 ready to go, and we touch base on a lot of these things here. So I guess to go back and revisit a few here. It obviously taking care of business of anything that McAfee might be having going there, with everything with Triple H. Maybe with you two. I know, Beast, you weren't really aware of this thing. Ben, I don't know if you happened to pick up any of the highlights from this thing, but we did have the Talking Shop of Mania this past weekend, which was Gallows and Anderson, with a slew of other friends, talents come together. And I guess the best way to describe this thing, it was a comedy parody, borderline downright openly mocking pro wrestling. So the question I would have here, it seems that, many fans deep inside the pro wrestling bubble, many that we share a platform here with on the Hamin Media Group, they seem to be in love with this thing. The casuals that I've reached out to, they seemed a bit confused, turned off by it. For you two, gentlemen, do these types of shows, do they serve any kind of purpose inside of pro wrestling?
To me, it's just a variation of satire, which you see as part of, otherwise mainstream entertainment. This is just a take on doing satire and parodies and sketches that are relevant to the world of professional wrestling. I didn't see it. So as with anything, it's always to the quality of how it's presented and how it's done. So I can't comment on it simply because I didn't see it, but if it was well done and well written and well executed, I personally don't have an issue with it.
It was a lot of grab ass. They had Big Ray's Dildo Emporium was obviously getting a huge paycheck out of this thing. Dildos all over the place, just kind of.
And going back to what Rip said, hey, if the boys got paid, then that's all that matters, really, right? The people buy into it. Now, for long-term business, you got to think about that too, and that's where I to that end, I say if the quality was there and it was well done, then have at it.
I guess is there
it's all supposed to look like a backyard shit fest.
Oh, really?
Like every yarder thing combined with the Broken Universe. It was shot dark. It's as low budget as you could possibly go. It's ex-WWE stars doing Christopher Guest parody at a very lowbrow rate, trying to get Rip and Cornette level swearing in, while making fun of everything from DSW to fucking whatever it is, referencing things that are strictly for the super hardcore internet fans. And they turned a profit off it. And did they make some laughs? Yeah. Does it lower the bar for everybody? Absolutely. It's the lowest rung of the wrestling ladder in entertainment. But in the dying days of any dying industry, there's definitely money to be made in toxic properties. That's what these guys are doing. They're taking the bullshit of wrestling, the Southpaw regional shit, the mimicry, the mockery, knowing that everything is fucked, that nobody believes everything, and that it's all tongue in cheek. And then it's legit wrestlers playing backyard wrestlers. That's the whole premise of it all.
And Ben, I think that's what maybe turned me off the most to it is, to me, in today's professional wrestling world, what we're lacking is the awe factor, where now you have the fans believe that they can be the wrestlers. That's why we've got a Scooby-Doo and a Jesus in the ring. super kicking, you know.
That given when I had to explain that the owner, after you put it over, that then how do you feel the owner goes out and stuns Sean Spears at the end of the show? Well, fuck that shit.
Right.
I knew that.
This just continues on with that Pandora's box where fans now see, oh, we can just be the pro wrestlers. We are pro wrestling. To me, that's where you cross into that danger zone.
That's letting the marks in the locker room. And now here's the top guys putting over the mark shit, putting over the backyard industry shit. You know what I mean? And making fun of it and whatever off of it. And they're going to hustle and make their money because those guys are smart. One guy's got 3 fucking kids. He'll do what it takes to fucking make that money. And it cost him probably next to nothing to produce that. And what they made off of that small 10% of the AEW New Japan audience. I don't know how much they sold it for, but fuck, they made their money and people are talking.
Well, $15. And now, you know, and I believe this is nothing, you know, Gallows and Anderson, this was stroke of genius on their behalf to just hit into this niche, into this market here.
20,000 marks across the world buy it. There's 30 grand in your pocket. It might have cost them $2 grand to produce.
Well, then they immediately release a whole line, and they've actually teamed up with Collar and Elbow, where they are releasing actually things with that is detailed towards them. Now, you've talked about before, you know, the difference between Pro Wrestling Tees is they'll put a Ben Hamin t-shirt out. Well, now this deal with Collar and Elbow, they're actually, you know, they got a Boner Yard t-shirt or they got a Good Brothers t-shirt. So now they're looking to continue to monetize this thing through their merchandising.
They might have got a better deal with Al. Might be getting 50-50 instead of whatever. I think it's like a 40 or 45% cut from Pro Wrestling Tees, which is fine to be doing nothing. I have no problem with that whatsoever. I like the setup. But that's Gallows and being a complete carny worker. I'm like I said, I don't want to go in on Gallows, and I don't know Anderson because Gallows was always pretty cool to me, but I've seen him do a lot of initiation and old school things to guys who were under guys that fucking that shit doesn't settle well with me. There's other ways to haze dudes instead of fucking them up. Case in point, when he was doing Festus, he did this whole the ketchup and mustard spot with from Dumb and Dumber, you know, on the outside of the ring, and he went up and got it all over Twinkle Toes' suit to fuck with him, you know what I mean? Along those lines, like ruin a suit on a guy who's non-contract, who's there on his own dime to fuck
paying to be there. Yeah.
Then during another Fearless Jack Bull Malibu Invitational drink off, Twink was involved in that as well. And just Festus fucking being Festus or whatever, lights him on fire with a lighter while he's not looking, like lighting his shorts on fire and shit like that. I come in to sing the fucking national anthem as Hamin, and then fucking as then they throw me out. I come back in to sing it as the American national anthem in my full camo. He looks at me like, "You ain't no hunter." I looked right at him. I go, "You don't fucking know me at all, bro." I go, "Hey, you don't know me at all, dude. I'll lay you down from 400 yards out with the 308. So after that, like, it was whatever with him, and no heat. But then this shit went down with Robert Gibson, where he got fired, and supposedly he was the stooge on it. So, you know, there's plenty of fucking things that show that he is a backstabbing, you know, serious worker. But don't think that he's got any love for the fucking Supermark fans. They just know their bread and butter and where they can pull 30 grand out of them. They're gonna. And I got respect for that, dude. I'm not going to say, oh, Festus isn't a nice guy sometimes, and that's why it upsets me. He's never really had anything against me, but I've seen him do other things, other dudes that don't impress me much. I say the same shit about Colt Cabana too. You know, like that, like there's just a level of how I operate as a man versus showing true colors of what you really are. And this is my platform. So if we're going to talk shopomania and who the fuck is really, you want to talk shop here in the locker room, there's some guys who are going to be touch holes for life. And if you feel some kind of way about it, I'm here. Not hard to find. I'm a hustler guy, and I'm a fucking carny just like he is too. So I got respect for his game. I just think a lot of that kind of stuff shows weakness as a man and self-loathing. For what purpose? To get yourself over, to stooge to Nova, to go stooge to Ace, to get Robert Gibson fucked over on something like that. Maybe I don't know the whole story, But at the same time, when it comes back around and they get their throats cut by Hamin when they think they were Hamin guys, beautiful karma.
Absolutely. Well said.
Huge report and Beast. You didn't think I was going in that hard. I didn't throw you under the little Beast. You were scared there for a minute.
Well, here it comes.
I got a DVD. If anybody wants a copy, $10,000 each.
Oh shit.
Let's jump gears to another controversial piece from over the weekend. Ben, I know you had an opportunity as you joined the Smack Attack, and you guys talked about everything that was happening there. Beast, maybe get you to jump in on this, or maybe where this goes forward. Ben, you can help us out. Going back, everyone, there seems to be a little bit of divide through social media, through wrestling fans, involving The Fiend attacking Alexa Bliss to close SmackDown. Beast, have you had an opportunity to check this out?
I did. I watched it actually with my wife over the weekend, and to me, I just thought, I think it was an intriguing way to tie in that part of the story, because they did allude to it at the previous pay-per-view with Alexa Bliss. I just thought the execution of it was not as well done as they could have. Like, I would have made the scene more elaborate, and we talk about how they need to have people in the audience, since they are, especially since we know that they're the wrestlers, make it seem like they actually care about what's going on in the ring. And so I would play that up. So the way personally I would have written the scene and presented it is one, I would have made an extra beat at the beginning, like when the Fiend came out to go after Alexa. I would have had him put his hands out, the lights come up, and he offers her a hand, almost like he's trying to bring her up and not hurt her. And that would give the people in the audience a chance to watch the scene and watch it play out and not necessarily jump in yet. And then right as she starts to take his hand and come up, and it looks like he's going to embrace her, then he goes after her with the gimmick, takes her down, the lights go crazy. People start jumping in the ring like they're going to stop him. And right when they get in the ring to get him, all the lights go out, come back up. They're gone. Where the hell are they? Where did they go? Check out social media for an update. We'll let you know we're going off the air, and then that's it. And it's like, what the hell just happened? You know what I mean? Like, to me, that would be much more intriguing than what they did personally. But that was my take on it.
Wow, wonderful. I mean, can't you just see that? That gave me 10 times more chills, more suspense, more cinematography to be able to do the tricks in ring. And that's why Rip Rogers just put this guy over like $1 million fucking bucks. Not only can he lead it in the ring, he can write it, he can direct it, he can ref it, he can promote it, you know, at the highest fucking level. And we have to be stuck, mired in the fucking mud with this bullshit, 4th grade level shit. He just laid it out for you at a master's level production level. And nothing more needed to be done, just small adjustments right here, right? And you know,
And Ben, I give you that credit too, because I feel like I see it through that lens only because I've had that education and that knowledge, and it gets me, because I feel like those small changes. Why is there not? I feel like there has to be someone there that can see that. I mean, it can't be that we're the only ones.
But like Rip said, maybe there is. There's 28 of them, but they just go, yeah, best show ever, fantastic, amazing booking. I'd rather be the one to put my head on the fucking guillotine and go, fuck your booking, fuck this shit. I'm going to be king and you're fucking out of here. Now, if they lower the guillotine afterwards, fine. But fucking the reality is you got to say, show, and prove, because you worked your ass off for 15 years to get to this spot. And now you're just going to sit there. And I love Rip, but that's him. That's the hustler.
Well, here's the thing. I always try to think from a experience level why Rip thinks like that. You got to think Rip was around in the territories where it was, hey, I'll just do what they tell me to do, and then I'll go to a different territory, versus now you have to think long-term business, because it isn't the territory system. You can't just jump from territory to territory. You have to protect your own yard, so to speak. And so that's where I think, to your end, the long-term business is really to protect the business and protect the stories that you're trying to tell, because once we go down this slippery slope, unfortunately, there gets to a point where, can you save it? And as you've implied, it doesn't seem like there is that.
I don't think there is, bud. Even a level at a Killer Cross, like a 1-segment guy, is not going to save this show, bro. It's just not.
Now, Beast, would you take into consideration it maybe altering a little bit of how you lay that out there, with knowing the social justice warriors, and oh my God, they're victimizing a woman. There's a man physically abusing.
Did you just hear what the fuck Rip said?
I just throwing it out here, just knowing that's what you're seeing people complaining about this segment. That's the number one thing, is that they are just so sensitive to that situation. Instead of, I mean, it generated a great emotion, but they just didn't present it properly, as Beast lays out.
I mean, yeah, to that end, I just exactly. I think it was presented more within the confines of the story and the storytelling. I don't think people would have gotten this wrong. You still are going to have that. People are going to still, haters going to hate, but at the same time, quality is quality as well.
I mean, I guess maybe he could have just cut away and faded out before he got the hands locked in or something.
You don't placate to the marks. You dictate. They fucking follow. As soon as you give that power up to them, you're fucked. You are fucked. Like, they want to have a reaction. Rip just said, I tried to set him up for the game slam. Rip's smart. He knows what I'm fucking trying to do to get a hot take out of him. Did he give us one? Nope. That everything else is a hot take. When it comes to McAfee's business with game, he fucking shut the fuck up and didn't want to fuck it up and be a part of it. And he's not going to tell me that, but Rip knows exactly what the fuck. And he knows that I know he's doing it, and I can't call him out on it because he's over on me. He's not going to give up the fucking power to me. And so I can get something out of him and dictate the conversation the way it's going to go. All I can do is set him up for a softball to do what he wants to do. Right. And with this same shit of like, you only get to fucking make one first impression on these people, right? So why would you go out and do something half-assed where it's going to open them up of man-on-woman violence? If you did what Beast just laid out there, the level of cinematography and the level of psychology is perfect to draw them in. If they feel some kind of way about it, Rip said this too. Say my name, just fucking spell it right. There's no such thing as bad fucking press. You know what I mean? So the fact that they would be talking about it is exactly what WWE needs to be doing. Maybe man-on-woman violence is where they need to go. I remember when I saw Al Snow give Chastity a snowplow for the first time, my first man-on-woman violence, it was Holiday Hell Tour, Jamestown, 97. He fucking racked her up. Boom, bro. She ate shit so hard, I was like, whoa. And probably safest bump on the fucking card. Al protected her, but I had never seen nothing like that before. And we're so far away from it now. Let's get people talking if it's good, bad, or whatever. Because at this point, 1.46, nobody's talking except the Monday locker room. And that's about it watching the fucking shows, bro. What else? What do you got to lose at this point?
I guess a side note there, to a little credit to Bliss. It looks like she has gone silent, at least on her Twitter account. Just whenever check. So she hasn't had anything posted in a couple of days. So she immediately wasn't no-selling this thing on social media. Back in our conversation. I guess one more little headline, gentlemen, before we got here. Let's talk about social media. It appears that the chief brand officer of AEW, who is regularly making, giving people reason to make deposits into that Spank Bank, she has closed her DMs because she is receiving a crazy amount of dick pics. Brandy Rhodes was recently on an interview and just said that she had, since AEW has been up and going, she felt it was very important as the chief brand officer to keep an open line of communication for potential partners or platforms that they could work together to nurture and grow an environment where all parties could move forward together. But she has recently decided that she can only stand so much, that she is receiving, as I said, a crazy amount of dick pics. She's shutting it down. Hey, thoughts over this on the marks. First of all, in general, is there anywhere in the history that this pickup move has ever worked?
Well, I mean, I hate to say it, I hate to stooge him off, but Big Ray's been home, he's been bored, he doesn't have much to do all day long, and that's just, we expected this. We expected it, and I'm sorry, Brandy, on behalf of Big Ray. I think he even might have got a Bello and a Jargo in there too. But that's just the way it goes. But don't twerk on your Instagram, I guess is what it is, or whatever. It's just again, a young and confused look. Why her DMs were open in the beginning to start with makes her look like less of a superstar. Why she's on camera and now tagging with Allie, confusing. We even ripped off on SmackDown the terrible storyline that she was in. What was the first thing? The dark, what was it? Where they were cutting people's hair off with Awesome Kong.
Oh, this is the original. Well, everything she's been in has been something to do with the Nightmare. So that was like the Nightmare Collective. And then there was a group with inside of that. And
Dude, it's just, and we're only 10 months in, not even 9 months in, total utter confusion, bro. And I don't know if you're supposed to be a branding officer. I don't know many other CEOs. I've looked, at some of the top things corporate wise of those sponsors we talked about, the NFL. I haven't seen any of their branding officers posing in bikinis lately. I don't know why they're not. I think they should all have their own Instagrams with some spank bank clickbait on there. I'd really like to see the head of Frito-Lay out there in a thong. Maybe some BP oil execs out there oiling each other up poolside. What do you expect when you put children in a corporate spot? We have children as executive vice presidents, bro. Children.
Absolutely. Regularly, and people come to her defense again. It's just that I don't know if it's just that younger age group, or whatever that mindset is. Like, oh, she's connected with us. She's young. She's beautiful. But I said, no, that's not how you present yourself in a professional setting. Hell, we can. It's not often we give her praise. But it's not that hard to look down the street and see how Stephanie McMahon carries herself.
I find this very interesting, and because believe it or not, professional wrestling is not the only place this is happening. There's actually been kind of an uproar for the last couple of weeks, and I'm seeing it in my healthcare groups. But healthcare professionals such as doctors and surgeons and of all types are posting things to their social media with them, like in bathing suits or sunbathing and things like that. And they're getting a lot of flack saying that, well, these people are healthcare professionals, they're medical professionals, they should not be seen in that light. And the argument for medical professionals is we're outside of our professions, just like normal other people, and should be able to post those type of things. And I'm not trying to necessarily make an argument. I just think it's interesting to hear this story and knowing that there's other places in I guess different industries where this is kind of going on as well.
But they're not like trying to be sex and clickbait while trying to get I'm a doctor, respect me, also jerk off to me. Like, that's the problem of what's kind of going on here. Like, if you want to be an Insta model and do all that stuff and have all the shine on you, that's one thing. What am I seeing from her about branding, about pushing things forward, about this, that, and the other, where that's the whole, you will eat this, you will respect her as a woman, a minority woman, as the wife of this, and she's a branding officer and done that. But first, back that ass up, everybody. It's like,
that's true. Yeah.
But don't judge her for the back that ass up. You got to respect her as a branding officer who likes to show flesh on there. And that's not just her. That's plenty of others, like you said.
Well, it goes to improv. You show don't tell. But if what you're telling doesn't match what you're showing, then what message are you truly sending?
What am I supposed to do to respect you? You know what I mean? It's don't treat me like a woman. Just treat me like a man. I know you like that one. Shit, no more headlines. Mercy. I quit, RBV. You tapped me out, you big fat bastard. How did it feel to be called a big fat lazy cocksucker today?
You know what? I got to tell you, it takes you to the edge of the seat when it's happening. But I feel that my career, just not in podcasting, but in commentating in professional wrestling, just went to another level. I think I probably got more over today than I ever have been.
That's right. Yeah. He only does it to people he cares about or wants to see improve.
But yes, do not expect a delicious of the day today. I'm going to take my fat ass down to the curves where I can feel comfortable and hit a treadmill.
Curves. Oh, good swerve on the curves. Oh, shit.
Got him.
That was good. I know I ran the conversation beast. Everything that he said, we've heard 1,000 times. So thank you for laying out today. How are you feeling after all that, man? Being able to share one of the most important men in our careers, opinions with the Monday Locker Room cast today.
Oh, it's always a good time with Rip, and not to get too sentimental, but Rip not only helped bring me along as someone inside the wrestling business to be able to gain knowledge, but losing my dad at a young age, actually, that was part of the reasons I was driven into wrestling, was having such a significant loss at a young age really drove me to become enveloped into the fantasy world of professional wrestling. And that's what really made me decide I want to escape into this. This is what I want to do. And so having Rip take me under his wing and not only mentor me as a wrestler, but also as a father figure, anytime we have the opportunity to have some words of wisdom bestowed upon us by Rip, I'm always thankful for that. So I appreciate you bringing him on here today. And I hope it was enlightening for those that had a chance to listen to him either for the first time or once again. It never gets old, and I think a lot of the messages and lessons that he teaches, a lot of them really, in a sense, even transcend that of professional wrestling. We only have so many times around the damn sun. Let's make the most out of it and make the most out of the opportunities we have each day, because we only got so many trips around. So let's start doing something fucking today and making the most out of our opportunities. I love it. Absolutely. And whatever it is you do, serving yourself, serving others, your community, whatever your tribe is, take that and just apply it. And Rip will get hardcore with it. He goes, fuck that. If you got a wife or anybody else holding you back, fuck them. They make more wives. It's your life. Make the most of it. And that's absolutely what we want to strive for here on the Monday Locker Room. Appreciate it. What shows you got coming out this week? We talked about the whiskey show. We're going to check that out for sure at Hamin Media Group on YouTube and on haminmediagroup.podbean.com. Get those subs up. What else going on, Beast? Yeah, well, besides getting that produced, of course, we got the Impact Attack this week. That should be a fun show, as well as the NXT Next Level Review. And, of course, every Sunday doing the Barn Burner show. So just trying to keep busy, man. And, of course, on the side, still seeing patients. And of course, you can always hit me up at bookthedoctor@gmail.com if you have any rehab needs or and if you have, I've been, besides working on people of course, I'm always glad to help with wrestlers and coaching, but I've had a couple people with some small businesses that have approached me for some marketing ideas. And so I'm always glad to help with that as well. So if you have any marketing or coaching needs or rehab needs, feel free to hit me up at bookthedoctor@gmail.com. But otherwise, I'm just loving the stuff we're doing with the affiliate channel, Hamin Media Group on YouTube, helping to grow out that page. Would certainly love to hear what you all want to see more of. I'm peel the curtain back a little bit. I've been trying to upload some fun clips, and huge thanks to Mike Castellina for providing a lot of those, and just trying to provide some fun sound bites for people to enjoy. And so definitely check that out and hit us up. Let us know more of what you would like to see on that channel as far as that goes. But I'm excited for what we got down the pipeline. I'm excited for our talent church, so to speak, as far as finding new shows and new content. Mm-hmm. And I'm just excited for all the stuff that we're working on, man. It's a lot of fun. Every week, man, just inching it forward, sometimes a foot, sometimes an inch at a time, just loving the growth of the network here. I can't wait to see where we are in 6 months with everybody growing their piece of the property, man. And I appreciate all your work as a leader and as an admin and as a host, obviously, and as an educator here at Hamin Media Group. It's just expanding everybody's knowledge. Check out that Next Level podcast, very different take with homework. So be ready to do some homework. I was with your pupil CY Colin Wysong filling in for Ray while he was taking dick pics to send for the Smack Attack. I was hosting till 1:30 in the morning. If you want to hear Ben Hamin and his Rip Rogers most, listen to the Smack Attack, because I went hard for 2 hours on it, man. We had fun. It's good to hook up with Colin Wysong. And dude, I'll tell you what, I was testing him and I give him maybe 5 questions. He hit 4 out of 5. Okay, good. Because I make him participate in this homework too. And actually, this week's kind of relevant to what we were talking about, this week's NXT homework. So I do try to present myself a little different on every show. That one, we do try to really approach it like a wrestling education. We look at the NXT product and look at which segments did good business and which could have done better business and opportunities we could have done that. And this week's homework was with the Pat McAfee, Adam Cole angle. How does that play out? How does that book out? Does it end next week? Does it end at next year's WrestleMania and a big to do? What are we doing? And so I'm excited to see. We've already getting some feedback and some emails from people as far as how to book that out. And we're going to explore those opportunities and ideas on the show this week. And of course, we always have new homework assigned each and every week. So it's fun if you're inclined to want to, learn a little more and peel the curtain back as far as, how TV is booked. And I try to talk about, the difference of working live TV versus pre-tape TV and the experience I've had with OVW and why certain segments may have turned out or not turned out the way they did based upon live TV booking. It's just a fun time to kind of break it down like that. And I love doing it. And Colin, I don't tell him I said this, but I do think he might be actually learning something, Ben. I really think so.
Well, then he owes Ripper and me and you some money. God damn it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. What I was gonna say, when CM Punk and Gallows shaved your head, did he big league you then or no?
You know, I want to say so. Who are you talking about?
Who else
Gallows?
Got their head shaved by Punk and Gallows?
No, I'm saying, are you saying the Gallows and Punk?
Whoever,
big league.
Barry somebody, goddamn Barry.
I know. I wish I could, man. They actually were pretty cool. I will say, the one part that I will say, going back to, I talked about how my dad passed away early when I was 13 years old. Two of the big over the top characters at the time were Goldust as well as Kane. They were on the roster. And I will say, when I got back from having my head shaved, it was one of those times on the roster where both of them happened to be on it. And it was surreal seeing both of them in full gimmick get up saying, "Hey, you did a good job out there with the head shave." And I was throwing back 13 on me, like, wow, that was kind of surreal. You know, there's very few moments that like I put over, like, that's kind of cool. That was something that was kind of cool. So while I'm not bearing anyone, hopefully that's at least a cool piece of information, cool story people enjoy.
I don't know how.
Go ahead. Sorry. That's our click. If you didn't know, he was one in the CM Punk getting his head shaved as well as Serena. And like, dude, you're talking OVW core family. Joey Mercury's in there, Gallows and Punk too. So those segments for me are always special. I had forgotten about it. I had to look that up for some Russo homework. And I was like, there he is. That's people don't realize like how quickly we forget, you know, people who did business. And now here's Dr. Ted talking directly to you, and all those people I mentioned, he's better than in the ring, and that's a fucking shoot. Go ahead, RB.
I'm not seeing this from Fox Sports, FS1, or ESPN yet, but there are some other sources just circulating as we're recording that The Rock has purchased the XFL for $15 million.
Wow, that's interesting.
Finally,
it's very interesting. Finally, somebody did it. And what a steal, because it was $300 million, right?
Well, I guess he's a part owner in this thing, so that's his investment. So I take it for what it is. I'm seeing this from a couple different outlets, but nothing from ESPN or Fox yet.
This is interesting because this could be Vince doing a backdoor deal to keep property, and he's giving The Rock the money. I know The Rock's daughter is signed already. Serena was training her for a year and a half privately on and off. And maybe this is good faith of, here's your next Charlotte player. You need $15 million to do this.
On the show, we've been asking so long, why do they keep Nia Jax on the roster? Maybe they need a really good linebacker for The Rock's new XFL, and it all makes sense now.
He's got it. Or the $15 million is strictly for catering. It's chicken wing night here at the Renegades.
Bleacher Report's in on it. It's the former WWE superstar, The Rock, and Redbird Capital are buying the league.
Interesting to see which way it goes, and at a fraction of the cost. Going forward, there's, like you said, toxic properties, tape libraries, but I can't imagine with only having 4 games total. So who knows, man? Even the equipment and jerseys are probably worth more than everything else at this point. What's going on here? HackerHamin.podbean.com, HaminMediaGroup.podbean.com. Just add either on your iTunes flow. We're going to have shows 7 days a week, you guys. I got a new t-shirt out at ProWrestlingTees.com/Crossfire Wrestling if you want to get that one. Like I said, right now, I believe starting tomorrow, the 4th through the 6th, going to be 20% off on it. All your favorite wrestlers, WrestlingTees.com/BenHamin/GreekGodPapadon/Stevie Richards/SEG shirts. Russo brand will be over there doing your Raw and SmackDown review. I get to review SmackDown twice this week. I'm so fucking fortunate. But I am fortunate to have a great crew around me here at Hamin Media Group, great co-hosts producing stuff every single day who are eager to keep pushing the platform forward. If you're interested in becoming a podcaster, you think you got some niche thing that you want to get out there, well, we're going to have a star search here probably in the next week or so, we're going to start shaping it up. So if you've got an idea for something and you're looking to submit, we're going to have a little contest probably right around September 1st or maybe September 11th, announcing the winners of that and, getting a spot as a Hamin Media Group affiliate as we continue to grow the family. I know there's a lot of great voices and a lot of great opinions in the Hamin Media discussion group. Let's see what they can do on air. Let's see if there's some talent there that should really be fostered, and let's get our voices heard. I just watched Pump Up the Volume in the background, so I'm all hyped up on Pirate Media, which is exactly what we do here. All free, independent thought, twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horseman, where it goes down live, going down live on my YouTube at Ben Hamin. Plenty of videos there for you guys to check out for free as well. It was the hustler, Rip Rogers, infidels. There's no better motivation for you to get off your ass and be somebody than that. Otherwise, you're going to catch a $5 face slap because it's heels over strong. Yo Allah, hustler. They're all fucking rotten.